Benny Mundy, I'm going to go as far as to say this is the best piece of writing I've seen from you in the 18 months that I've had the pleasure of having you in my class. I think you've a combination of using those transition words and phrases, which has really improved the sophistication of your fluency of your writing. That's really been an excellent find for you, and something that I think you should really try and bank away some of those kind of phrases to turn to in your writing under exam conditions, because they'll be a real help for you, coupled with a really good knowledge of the poems that you referred to, and then coupled with an excellent ability to understand what the prompt was. And you even flipped it around a little bit. You said, okay, well, yes, I'm going to make the point that the landscape is threatening to those who don't belong, but I'm also going to make the point that if you don't prepare for it, it's humans' own lack of preparation that makes the landscape threatening, not necessarily the fact that we don't belong. It's our lack of preparation. So that was really good too, that's a really higher order. Not many students can do that. A lot of people just go, they understand the prompt and they go, okay, the landscape is threatening to those who do not belong. I'm going to write 3 paragraphs, all saying how the landscape is threatening to those who do not belong, but I'm going to give 3 different examples of it. And that's fine, but you went one step more than that. You said, okay, I'm going to show how, yes, the landscape is threatening to those who might not belong, but then I'm also going to go one step further and say, well, okay, even if you don't belong, if you're a bit underprepared, the landscape can be threatening, and that's really, a higher order skill. So that's something that you're more than welcome to do, as long as you have a good understanding of the prompt. Now, remember, the prompt necessarily is definitely not going to be the one that you wrote on. So what you've got to do is have enough knowledge of your poems. You've got to have 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 poems that you know quite well, and you can quote a couple of lines or words from them. The main ideas in them, and you can couple them with, some of your own experiences as well. Plus, you've got to bring in those transitional words and phrases that make you, sound and write in a fluent and sophisticated way. But look, mate, I think that's a very impressive kind of reflective piece that you've got there. I think maybe one more paragraph would have been excellent, and if you know the poems really well and you've got lots to say, you'll find that you won't struggle with the word limit in 72 minutes of pure quiet working class, in under SAC conditions. That, you can get a lot down there as long as you've got a lot to say. So it's about knowing the poems really well. But I think you should be fairly confident going into Tuesday. If you can produce something like this, I think you'll be fairly happy with the result. So well done.